just made a really good shot on a good eating size hog. I can hear him about 40 yards away. I can hear him growling still. I can hear him going, but I made a really good shot right in the lungs. So let me see what time it is. 15 minutes till 8. So I'm gonna give it about 10 or 15 more minutes, and then I'm gonna slip out of here and go back up and get the light and let it get dark, because I can see that blood a lot better in the dark. But man, they came over. I've got corn put over there about 15 yards away, and I figured that's where they would come to first. But they came out. They stayed over by that feed over about 22 yards, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting. Then one of them jumped on the other one, or just snapped at him, and then he moved over, and he's about 20 yards. So I made the draw, and I pulled back, and I was actually nervous, and then I almost shot. I had to catch myself, get back, settle down a minute, pick out my spot, keep just burying a hole in that spot, and I let go. I got him. So anyways, I'm pretty sure he's a dead hog. I mean, I hit him right in the lungs. So I've been hearing him growling over there. So I'm gonna turn this back off and sit here a while and just let it get quiet. I'm gonna slip up there and get the four-wheeler, go up to the house, get clear, and come back and start trying to trail him. But anyways, man, I'm excited. That's funny. I was shaking. I pulled back. I was going like this. I pulled back. I started going, started shaking, and but I calmed back down. You know, started to release. I said no. I just calmed back down, and I went ahead and let it go, and it went right where I was looking. But anyways, I'm gonna head up to the house. There.
Oh, it's muddy.
Here's over here. There's some here.
Okay.
In that right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some.
Yep. Be careful now. Do you see any more?
Not yet. There's some here.
Okay, well
Right here.
let's mark it every time. I'll mark it. Go ahead.
Right there,
Yeah, I see it. I see it now. Ouch.
There's my arrow right here.
Oh, good. Good.
Do this.
Give it to me. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'm gonna go around. Huh?
I was wanting to look at it just a minute.
Oh, okay.
Okay, hold on. I'll come around to you.
Man, I'm glad you found your arrow.
Here, just take it out there in the
Okay.
opening.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around that way.
Yeah. Don't follow it, baby.
I'm not.
It's covered in blood. Look at that. Look
Yeah,
at all the way
yeah.
up to the feathers.
Good.
That's perfect.
I cannot believe it. Where you at?
Right
Man, that's wonderful.
here. Right here. Right here. Right here. There he is.
Oh, all right.
Praise the Lord.
All right. Now
mean,
you can tell me the story.
Babe, you are something else. I can't believe. We started looking. We found specks of blood, specks of blood, specks of blood. Then we lost it. It was still kind of semi-daylight. And I couldn't see the blood. Claire was finding little bitty specks. So then, knowing which way these things would probably go, but you can't ever go by that because he didn't go that way. But I went down, and they kept looking around, found I crossed, found his blood, and we went from like needle, bitty spots, little bitty spots, and then right, 30, 40 yards back there, we started finding a lot more blood. Perfect shot. Let me see here.
Okay, now what do we do?
Okay.
This is gonna be fun. Hold on one second. Don's hog. We've been looking for it since probably about 8:30, so that's not too bad. But we had to go through a lot of brush to get in there. You find the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Don, tell me the story.
Well, man, oh man, I haven't really been feeling all that good the last 3 or 4 days. It's been raining so much and all, and So finally this evening, I told Claire, as the sun started kind of popping back out, I go, you know what, babe, I got to get out of this house. I'm going hunting. So anyways, I went out there. I got out real early, about 5:30, and my feeder don't go off till 7:30, and then it don't get dark until after 8 o'clock. So I didn't really expect to see anything for a long time until right at dark. So as soon as I got in the stand, I started hearing turkey gobblers gobbling all behind me, and I was thinking to myself, boy, I hope them turkeys don't come out. I don't want to shoot another gobbler. So then I was sitting there about, I guess, 7:25, 7:30, I heard whoo, whoo, whoo. The way I'm sitting in my blind, my pop-up blind, I got a towel and a piece of carpet so I can hide behind it because the sun shines right in my eyes. So I peeked around over there, and my feeder is 22 yards from my blind. And I don't like to take a shot 22 yards away. And so anyway, I kept looking at them, and they were so spooky, I'm thinking, if I scoot at all on this seat, they're going to hear me and woof and take off. So I kept looking at them over there, thinking, well, they got to come out to the right some more because I'm twisted funny. There's no way I can shoot. So I kept waiting. I thought, well, they're going to eventually feed out that way. And then this one, the other one jumped on this one, bit it on the butt, and it ran out and stopped, and it stopped 20 yards from me. So I looked right at this spot right here, right behind the leg right here. I hit it right, perfect shot.
Yep.
It went all the way through. The air was still in it, but it was sticking out the other side about as far as it was sticking out this side. So anyways, I shot it, and then but when I went to go to shoot it, I pulled back. It's so funny. I've been hunting my whole life. I've killed everything you can think of. And when I pulled back on this hog right here, for some reason, I got so excited. Then I pulled back, and I was kind of waiting for another second or two to make sure it was right. And then I started shaking. And so then I thought, well, I made sure I just calmed myself back down. I didn't want to shoot when I wasn't ready. I kept concentrating on my spot. And then I came, went ahead and stretched out and let that air go. And I was watching the air. I was watching where I was looking, and I watched the air go right to where I was looking and stick right in it. It went. I could tell it went all the way through, and it took off running. And so I called Claire and said, "Well, I got one. I need your good eyes." So anyway, she got dressed, and before I came up here, I found two little bitty spots of blood about big as a BB. So I thought, well, okay, that's right where I shot it, so it's bound to be a lot more blood. So I came and got Claire, started tracking it through, and maybe 10 yards away I found the air. I mean, it was covered from front to back. So I'm crawling through all this real snaky stuff all underneath these cedars, little hog tunnels. I got through, and then we went through and found some more blood, not too much, and then I couldn't find any blood. And I looked and I looked and I looked, but my eyes aren't that good, especially at that certain time of the evening. It's not dark, it's not light. Mm-hmm. So Claire, she started looking, goes, well, here's a spot right here. And there were specks. And so I just kept looking around, thinking which way did it go. So here's another speck. And then she found us like 7 or 8 or 10 specks and got us on the direction it was going. And that's the only reason why we found this hog. Then we kept going and going and going. Then we're finding more specks and more specks. And then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
And it's pitch dark.
And then we kept trailing. And then it started, went across one of our muddy little roads, started going back up a little hill and started bleeding more. So we're finding more and more blood. And then we thought we'd go this way and all. And went the most difficult way, so we kept following that way, kept fading to the left. And then finally I got up there and it started kind of fading out again. I go, I just told Claire, I said, babe, I don't know if we're going to find this hog.
Yep.
And then I took about 3 more steps, and there it lay.
He
right
says,
there.
there it is.
There it is.
Oh, that was luck. We were just, how long we been tracking it for?
20 to 8, so I probably got you about 8.
Yeah, it's 9:45 when
9:45.
Yeah, before we found it. So we did not give up. We just we wanted this hog. So congratulations, yes. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, baby. I've taken with this black hunter right here. I've taken a bobcat, a turkey, a gobbler, turkey gobbler, and this hog. And I shot that other hog the other day. Well,
Don was very excited he got this hog with that black hunter. I haven't seen him this excited in a long time. So.
You thought I killed a bull elk or a buck,
Well,
but, I'll tell you what, when it comes to hunting with a recurve, with traditional archery, It is so exciting. I mean, there's no way I would have been going like that with anything else. We kept looking. We've been hunting together for what, babe?
45 years.
45 years, and Claire didn't give up. She's out there with me in that rattlesnake-infested place that we live on here, going through all snaky kind of areas. And I mean, she goes, and when I'm thinking, well, you know, I started looking, okay, maybe it went this way. And then she finds specks of blood, and then sure enough, it did go that way. And then I'll find more blood. But anyways, if it hadn't been for Claire, I would not have retrieved the hog right here.
Well, it's all part of hunting. I love it. So
Yeah, I love it too. And I love bow hunting with a recurve bow.
Yep.
So anyways, I'm going to get it taken care of, babe. And,
well, congratulations.
all right, thank
Very
you.
blessed.
Thank you for all your help, babe.
You're welcome.
Man, I tell you what, we had such a great time last night after I shot that hog. The hog hunt was so much fun, was so exciting. I actually got hog fever, I think. I have killed so many hogs in my life, but with that traditional bow, my Black Hunter, I tell you what, I was really, really excited. I was laughing at myself. I was so excited. And sometimes I think that it's even more fun going down the blood trail, especially with Claire, because we have a ball. I mean, we always have fun. And I tell you what, it's hard to believe a guy my age and my wife are out there until 10 o'clock last night, crawling on her knees and looking for that hog, and we found it, then we got it out and brought it back. But anyways, what I'm doing here, I'm just putting this on the outtake right here. I want to remind you that we are giving away this LWANO Recurve bow right here. And now, LWANO Recurve bow is a bow, an inexpensive bow off of Amazon, and they're actually probably just the same thing as Salmon Sage. They look exactly the same. But on this one right here, I already have limb silencers. I have a D97 string. I have felt under the limbs right here, and I have a shoot off the shelf arrow rest right here. And this bow, it's an inexpensive bow. Let me tell you something. But if you want a bow, if you're just getting into traditional archery, and you want a bow that shoots fast, shoots quiet, and shoots accurate, this is the bow right here. In fact, I have a hog hunt in my playlist that where I shot a hog and killed a hog with this right here. And it's, what is it called?
Hog hunt with a traditional bow.
Hog hunt with a traditional bow. I don't watch them, but but anyways, I tell you what it takes to win this bow right here, to be chosen to win this bow right here, is all you have to do is go online, go on our channel, and tell us a story, or just make a comment about what hunting and fishing with your family and hunting, fishing, and camping and outdoors means to you and your family. And as soon as you make that comment, you're entered. And what's the date we're going to?
May 16th.
May 16th, we're going to announce the winner and give it away. We just gave away the Archer's Bible, and that worked out very well for us. But, oh yeah, you know what? Last night, when I used a 125 grain Thunderhead broadhead, and last night, when we first started looking, it's right, when I went and got Claire, because she has better eyes than me, way better eyes than me, and it's right at that twilight time when it's not too late and it's not dark yet. I can't see blood. So anyways, or I can't nowadays anyway. But anyways, I looked around, I found a couple spots, small spots, I found my arrow. I mean, it was covered. And then, so I was looking around, I couldn't see anything. And Claire just started looking, because we've been following blood trails for 45 years. And she started looking, and she got us on the line with little bitty specks. She got us on the line, and it made me realize which trail it took. I went over, I got on that trail, I started looking around, and I started finding more and more and more and more, and right up to right before we found it was plenty. But it wasn't, the broadhead worked excellent. I mean, it worked and performed just the way it's supposed to, but that hog has long hair, and it just soaked it up. You should have seen everything I can't say on YouTube, but I mean, it did the trick and really worked very well. But right towards the end, we hadn't found it yet, and all of a sudden, my light, I got one of those rechargeable handheld floodlights, or spotlights, I mean, and it started going out on me. And I told Claire, I said, I don't know if we're gonna find this hog because my light was going out. So if you have any suggestions about a light that you trail animals with, a deer, hog, or anything like that, please just make a comment, tell me what it is, I'll try to go buy me one. But anyways, all you gotta do is make a comment to us on what hunting and fishing and the outdoors means to you and your family. And you're going to be in there to win this LWANO bow right here. Thank you again, and God bless you. Please like and subscribe, and talk somebody in and take a look at it.